Good afternoon, class. We're going to go over one math lesson. This is solving equations and then graphing our answer. Okay, so we're looking for n. Since this is an algebraic expression, we're going to be looking for what n is. Okay, so 5, okay, it stands for it symbolizes Ryan feeds 5 dogs. Okay. N, Mary feeds n dogs. Okay, so we don't know how many dogs Mary Beth feeds. Now that's what we're going to have to solve. We're going to have to find that number, n. And 8, they feed 8 dogs altogether. Okay, so altogether, Ryan and Mary Beth, they feed 8 dogs. It says right here, Ryan feeds 5, but we don't know how many Mary Beth feeds. That's what we're going to figure out here. Okay, so write an equation, solve for n to find out how many dogs Mary Beth feeds. Okay, so we have 5 right here that Ryan feeds, plus, well, n, plus how many Mary Beth feeds, we don't know. So we'll just use n until we find that out. Now this is the number that they feed all together, which is 8. Okay, so 5 minus 5, because we know how many Ryan feeds. N, still haven't figured out how many Mary Beth feeds. But here, we're going to put in how many they feed altogether. 8 minus the number of dogs that Ryan feeds, because we know that Ryan feeds 5 dogs. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and zero this one out. N, but this is 5 minus 5, so 0 plus n, still don't know how many dogs she feeds. Here we're going to find out. Okay. See how this says 8 minus 5? We'll just jot this down. You may want to use a scratch piece of paper or a calculator, but I'll just jot this down right here. So 8 minus 5. 8 minus 5 is 3. So all we did was take the total number of dogs they feed all together. Both of them fed 8. We know that Ryan fed 5. So we went ahead and subtracted the amount that Ryan fed, because we're trying to figure out how many Mary Beth fed. They fed 8 dogs altogether, minus the 5 that Ryan fed, equals 3. Mary Beth, we now solve for n. Mary Beth feeds 3 dogs. And you can always check your work. Remember how we check our subtraction problems? We just flip this problem on its head. Take 3, change that sign to plus 5. Now, if 3 plus 5 equals 8, then this will check out. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8. It does equal 8. So we have done our math correctly. Okay. So, number of dogs that Mary Beth feeds, we won't say n anymore, because now we know that number is 3. So n, the dogs that Mary Beth feeds, equals 3. Since n equals 3, Mary Beth feeds 3 dogs. So it says graph the equation on the number line. Put a green point on the number that n represents. Well, n is 3. And you're going to have to look really close because these numbers down here are tiny. Just put it as close as you can get it to the 3. And that's the 3 on the number line. Okay, let's do one more exercise. Danielle washes 6 dishes. Randy washes n dishes. They wash 13 dishes altogether. Okay, so we're going to write an equation, solve for n because we don't know how many dishes Randy washed. We're going to solve for n to find out how many dishes Randy washes. Okay, so we're going to take the number of dishes Danielle washes. She washed 6. N is the number of dishes that Randy washed, which we don't know yet. But we do know that they washed 13 dishes altogether. Okay, here, just 6 minus 6. And what you could do, you could skip down here if you wanted and just solve it. 6 minus 6 is 0. Okay, N, since we don't know how many dishes Randy washed. Okay, so we're going to take the number of dishes washed by Danielle and Randy, both of them, and put that number right there. They washed 13 dishes together. Right there. But we're going to subtract the number of dishes that Danielle washed. She washed 6 dishes. We already know how many dishes she washed. We don't need to know that. We need to know how many Randy washed. Okay, so 0. And we still don't know how many he washed. But this time, we are going to, let's see, clear those annotations. Figure out how many he washed by subtracting 6 from 13. So 13 minus 6. This is how many dishes Danielle and Randy washed all together. And this is just the amount of dishes that Danielle washed. Okay, so let's see, we can't take 6 from 3 because here we are, the big number is on the bottom. So we're gonna knock at Mr. One's door and borrow 1 from him, leaving him with 0. Okay, so there's 13. You can do Spider-Man hands or you can count up. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The total number minus the number that Danielle washed. So that means Randy must have washed 7 of those 13 dishes. So we're going to put 7 in. See, Randy washes n dishes because we didn't know how many he washed. Well, we solved it. Danielle washed 6 of those dishes. Randy washed 7 of those dishes. So since n equals 7, Randy washes 7 dishes. And then we're going to graph the equation on the number line. Again, looking very, very close because these are tiny numbers and they're blurry. There we go. All right, guys, we will see you for another lesson tomorrow. You guys have a great evening.